If your right hand offends thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for you that one of your members should perish, and not that your whole body should be cast into hell. Matthew 5, verse 29. A pastor in a large city church once preached a sermon on this text, and one of his listeners, who was suffering from mental illness, went home from that church service and literally obeyed the command. She cut off her right hand. Such a reaction to Jesus' statement fills us with horror, and rightly so. But what did Jesus really mean? The answer is given to us from the Thoughts of Matter Blessings. It says, to prevent disease from spreading to the body and destroying life, a man would submit to part even with his right hand. How much more should he be willing to surrender that which imperils the life of his soul? Frequently we see amputees who would not be living had they not given up an arm or a leg. To some people who are being ruined by their money, the Lord has come as he did to the rich young ruler, saying, if you would live, you must part with your excessive wealth. It is a cancer that is destroying your soul. The wise person under such circumstances will submit to the surgery, painful though as it may be. Christ has confronted others with his claims while they were engaged in a profession or business as intrinsically contrary to Christian ideals. Suppose, for example, an owner of a gambling house should decide to become a Christian. To part with this lucrative business would be like losing his right hand, but there would be no other way. Or perhaps a person might discover his obligation to keep the Sabbath while engaged in a legitimate occupation, but one that would not permit Sabbath observance. To readjust his life might be difficult, but to refuse to do so would imperil the life of his soul. Others may be called upon to give up cherished friends for Christ, or deeply entrenched habits, or even popularity. Their decision may be a hard one, but to fail to make the sacrifice can mean eternal loss. Amputees for Christ might figuratively describe many dedicated people, but from their suffering, they receive life. And as always, think on these things.